All right, guys, we are on lock number 3, it looks like. There were actually, there was one lock here and there was one lock through this hasp to prevent us from compressing this lock. This is a Corbin sesame lock. It is quite old, been around a little while. It has a reset lever, looks like right here, and just 3 lousy digits. Ideally, I would like to be able to shim this thing, but in looking at my shims, this is an undersized, it's almost like a copy of the American, I think it's the 1175, 1195, the combination, but it's 4 digits. This one's only 3. I would love to be able to shim it, but my shims are just a little bit, I think, too large to get inside of there, perhaps. I think they're a little bit too big, so I'm not going to mess with that. This is not about shimming, this is about picking. So let's see what we can do with this guy. All right, that first one is free floating. The second one and the third one have some kind of detent on them, so I don't know if that first one is worn out or what. So let's start, I guess, on this side, and what I'm going to do is let me get a probe. I'll use a probe so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm not putting any pressure on it right away. Just trying to keep it centered there. Let me come up just a little bit so that autofocus will work right. I'm just trying to feel if there are any gates. There's a little gate there. Okay, so that's about normal then. I don't expect there will be because these detents are designed to prevent exposure of the gate. Another thing I like to look at is the wear. And see how there's a lot of wear on number 2, and we'll compare that to number 1. One has a little tarnish on it, so kind of keep that in mind. Sometimes if you line up all of the digits that are well worn, because those are the ones that always get touched, and keep it nice and shiny, that might be a possibility. But again, I'm looking at gates here, and 2 did have a good gate. Okay, can't go any more that way. All right, let's go back to 2. Only because it's shiny, that's why I'm leaving it there. 0 is shiny. See how this one's definitely tarnished? Now we're starting to get up here to that shiny part. It's either 0 or 1. I'm really not sure which. Let's keep going here. Okay, there's kind of a shiny one. Again, there's no detent on 1. These are tarnished, so I'm really not expecting too much success here. That's where I would have expected. All right, so let's go to this guy, and let's see. The other one was a 1. And it looked like, a 1 is also shiny, equally as shiny as 0. Let's go through and try this again. Okay, it's probably not going to work. This doesn't work. Let's get around to 0 again. Okay, so that's not going to work. Now what I'm going to do is pull on the lock. And again, I'm going to try to find the gate. And again, I don't expect a lot because it does have detents. So let's just skip. Let's just skip over here to this one, which has no detents, and see if it's even binding. And it's not. It's free. All right, we need to put pressure on this somehow. And pushing and pulling doesn't seem to work. What I'm going to try to do now, I'm going to take my probe. This is the reset lever. Once we have the right combination, we can push this and I believe lock it in the down position, dial up our new combination, and then release it, and that'll reset it. What I'm hoping is by pushing this probe in here, like so, and I will hold that in with my finger, that will put pressure on these wheels. Not the first one, not the second one, and not the third one. All right? Well, there's two other possibilities. One, there's 1,000 combinations, 0, 0, 0, all the way to 999, and that would take a while. Because this does look a lot like, it's like a miniature American 1175, it probably works in a very similar fashion. In the American, the plate that holds the two shackles in place, it's based on a hinge that's right here. And you slide in you put a shim in there, and you can actually release that by going internally. So I'm going to try that. Got to find a side here. It goes on either side, I guess. Yeah, so which one is smoother? This one's dragging, so I'm going to go on this side. I'm going to push in to release the pressure from the spring-loaded locking jaw, and then I'm going to push up. And I just can't seem to get it in there far enough. Probably because this is so much smaller. Let's try to turn the pick over, and let's go in a different slot. Let's go right here. It won't quite go in there far enough. Probably a little bit too wide. Let me grab. Okay, here I have a normal pick, but I think this is 12,000, so let's see if we can fit it. This was a pretty fat one. So let's put it in upside down. See how far that goes in there. Let's try the other side. There we go. Now we're talking. Now push in and see if we can release that locking bar just like that. That's all there is to it. Sometimes it seems, there's never one attack that you can memorize. You have to try several different things in order to get through some of these locks. That one actually worked. My next attack on this probably would have been a yanking type attack, maybe hitting it with a hammer to jar the locking bar loose while I'm yanking simultaneously. And then the final one, I think, probably would have been to make some shims out of a soda can, downsize them a little bit to fit this lock. Anyway, guys, there you go. Managed to get through it. The third lock on the inner chest from Lock Picking Lebowski's treasure chest. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe. Stay legal. All right, guys, further evidence of my failing memory. I forget to mention what the giveaway this week. That's what everybody's here for. I got it. Anyway, this is a great giveaway this week. All of this stuff that you see here is from Jimu57. He sells a lot of these rebuilt locks. He is a professional locksmith, and he rebuilds them and sells them as training locks on eBay. I'll put the link down there if you're interested in any of this stuff, but I really get the feeling this week's giveaway is for aspiring advanced pickers who want to know how to pick medicos. So we have a freshly refurbished medico here. This one does come with a key, and this is the only medico in the batch that comes with a key. Awesome bidding there. So you can kind of cheat. You can figure out, the angles that each of the pins are. Kind of give you a little bit of a leg up trying to pick these. Not much, but a little bit once you get the feel for those pins. And that's how I did it, by the way. Then you get to these guys. You have two more, and neither of these come with keys. But again, you can kind of, part of the learning curve, I don't want to call it cheating because it's learning. They do have removable plugs, as do almost all medicos. So you can remove some of these plugs. So you might want to remove, say, the last three to figure out the feel of the first three and then slowly rebuild them. So you got you can wear out two medico cores doing that. That's your training. And I think your final exam is probably going to be this little medico kick because you really can't take anything out of it. This is going to be fully pinned up, unknown pinning, no key. And that is your final exam. If medicos frustrate you anywhere near the amount they do me, my ego is always totally destroyed or very near so. Jimu57 did include this little guy. We got a Corbin Russ one. This one is not pinned up, completely empty of pins. He did put the plugs in it, so it is a real training lock. And he threw in a bunch of different pins here. We have a bunch of standard pins. We got some serrated spools, or security pins, and then all the springs to help build this thing up. So after your ego and your confidence is completely demolished by this pile of medicos, you can at least fall back on this guy and get something out of it. Just to sweeten the deal a little bit, so you won't be totally crushed, I am throwing in a brand new Southord C3010. I have not even taken this one out of the package to sort through it, But I've done a review on these. These are great picks. 301 stainless steel, so pretty tough stuff. And hopefully it will help you get through this pile of locks from Jimu 57. Anyway, guys, you want to know how to win this pile of stuff? Stick around, I'll tell you. All you need to do is navigate to locklab.com, the tribal website, and scroll down in the middle of the page. You'll see all the giveaway buttons, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But the one you're looking for is the weekend review giveaway, purple band. Just click on it. It'll take you to the registration page. Again, scroll to the bottom, put in a good email address, so if you win, I can get in touch with you, let you know. Put in a username, doesn't matter what it is, and click Submit. When you're done, you'll get a green check mark confirming your entry. Thanks, guys.